Hello everybody and welcome back to All the Mods 5. So last episode, all we really did was we built this elevator. As you can see, it looks a little different now. I did some redecorating, and this is kind of the least of the redecorating that I've done, as you'll see in a moment. One thing that I said I was going to do last episode in between episodes was make this faster, which I have done. See, if I click it, it goes much faster than it did before. Now, in case you're wondering, the way that I actually did this is if I go up here, I use these cogwheels, which are, just gears really, and I was able to use some just basic knowledge of engineering and using gears and stuff. I guess like it's like a gear reduction, but it's kind of like the opposite of a gear reduction. I don't really know what the technical term is for this, but yeah, it just uses the smaller and the bigger gears to spin the shaft faster, which in turn makes this go much faster. I was able to make it go faster earlier. As you can see, looks a little weird here with all these gears. We originally had a big gear here and like a little gear here, but it was going kind of too fast, and I kind of didn't want it to go too fast because it makes it less dramatic, and it's nice to have it like, little elevator ride. I mean, it's still faster than stairs, right? So it's useful now, and I've actually been using it quite a lot since going up and down from the bottom of the base to the top of the base here. So as I said last episode, one thing that I said I was gonna do was do some decorating down in the giant hole that I had dug out at the end of last episode, and I dug it out a little bit more, and I got walls and a floor and stuff and a ceiling, and yeah, there's still a couple things I need to do on it, but I guess I'm going to show you guys now. Just click on the elevator, we'll go down and we'll take a look at it. Dun dun dun. And here we go. Yeah, so this is what I did in between episodes. It seems like it was a lot, and I did take about 5 hours to make all of this. I like the way it looks. I don't I wouldn't call it exactly like an amazing designed base, but it looks nice. I mean, it's the typical marble and basalt brick and I got these like lava paths along the walkways here, and I kind of wanted to use the lava here to try to make it kind of go into the whole volcano theme of the base, which I wanted to continue down to the bottom. I was originally going to make more white. I was going to do kind of the opposite of what is at the top, where it's like all black, and I wanted to make this all white, like all marble and stuff, but I kind of like the black with the white accent better, so I went with this. I like it, but most importantly, it is a very big space, and we'll probably be able to fit most of the stuff that we're going to be building and making down here. So it's actually good now that we have this, because one thing that I wanted to work on this episode was a better power source, because as it is right now, our power source kind of sucks. We're not generating that much power, and being able to charge up this 36 million FE jetpack here is quite a hassle with generating such little RF with this little tiny energy cube here. So I think we're going to need to invest in some, better power sources. And I figured, I could go with, a mechanism reactor or something like that. But I think I want to do something a little bit different for, this world, because I'm trying to learn new stuff along the way. And one mod that is in this pack that I haven't touched really is the Powah mod. And it's just kind of like a mod that focuses on generating and storing energy, and they do have reactors that use this uraninite stuff, and I can actually just smelt these. I have a shit ton of it, but I can smelt this and get uraninite, and I can use that as fuel for the reactor. So I already have a bunch of this fuel here that I guess later on I will smelt into uraninite. But I'm thinking, because they have like these different tiers, it's kind of cool. You guys will see how this works, but yeah, they have like all these different tiers. I guess I'll see how high of a tier I can make, but I guess if I want to make anything above the starter, I'm going to need like these materials that they add, which are made with this energizing orb. So I think that's the first thing we're going to have to do, is get this energizing orb going. So to make the orb itself, we're going to need some of this dielectric paste here, which is, I could do that. I know I have lava right here that I was using for the base, but I guess now we've found some purpose for the extra. And we can make a shitload of this, because it makes 24 per, so I guess I'll use up all 6 buckets that I have here, or unless I run out of materials, which I will not. We got like 2 stacks and 16 of it. That's probably going to be enough for what we need it for. So for that, we need some of these dielectric rods, which is pretty cheap, and I'm surprised that I actually have iron bars, but just make 24 of those. I mean, I don't know how much I'm going to need. We need this dielectric casing. Oh, that's... Oh, wow, okay. That's interesting that they have the same item that just has a different texture to craft it to make the recipe look neater. Huh. And then, boom, we got this energizing orb. I don't know where exactly I'm gonna set this up. I think I'm just gonna put it right here for now, and then we'll just kind of break a hole. I think I'm gonna move all of these machines and the storage system and everything down underground after I get power set up down there. So I'll kind of just, you know, after, because I don't want to bring this little stupid power source down there, because it's kind of useless as it is. So we're just gonna set up power down there, and then we'll move everything. But for now, we're just gonna kind of make do with what we have up here. So now the other thing that we're gonna need to be able to use this, we're gonna need to make these energizing rods, which are gonna supply this with power, so we can use it to create the materials that we need for the, you know, the higher level reactors and stuff. So I think we'll start off by making just 2 of these. That should be more than enough. And then we can just hook them up to the cable here. And I believe we also need to make a wrench from the mod to be able to link these. So let's do that real quick. So the wrench is just some of this dielectric paste and iron ingots, so that's pretty cheap. And then I think what we can do is we can set this to link. Oh, and it's already linked, I guess by, just because this is here. But I guess if there was another one or something and I needed to link these to another one, then I could just use this and do that kind of thing to it. So anyway, it looks like we're ready to get crafting the materials we need to make these reactors. So now, from my understanding, whatever reactor we decide to make, we're going to need 36 of whatever block I decide to use. So if we look in the manual here, you can see, yeah, I need 36 reactor blocks to make the reactor. So we need to figure out what the highest tier is that I can actually make. So if we look here, the basic one is these basic tiny capacitors. Looks like the higher the level is, it requires these capacitors. So if we need 36 of these, that means we need 36 of whatever capacitor. So I guess it really depends on what level capacitor I'm going to be able to make. See, the highest tier, which is the spirited, uses emeralds, but I don't believe I have a lot of emeralds. Yeah, I only have 9 emeralds, which is not going to be enough. So I need 36 of whatever material I need. So if you look at maybe the hardened or the blazing. What does the blazing take? Oh, just blaze rods. Okay, I can do that. Okay, so it's just now occurring to me that I actually don't have any blaze rods. So looks like we're gonna have to get some then. All right, here we go. Blazes, here we come. There you are. Are you kidding me? I just got 2 wither skeleton skulls from 1 wither skeleton. What? I had 1 skull. I killed 1 skeleton, and I now have 3 heads. I now have 3 skulls. So I got 2 skulls from 1 skeleton. I don't fucking know, dude. Ah, yes, finally. Blaze spawner. Something I really do not like about this jetpack is it is way too fast. I don't know if there's any way for me to, you know, not go this fast with this or adjust the speed or anything, but, you know, when it's kind of hard to maneuver around tight areas just because it's so fast. You're gonna need to get a better form of flight eventually. Oh my god, so many freaking wither skeletons. And what is up with these guys? They are dropping skulls like crazy. I already have 6 skulls. Maybe we'll fight the Wither this episode. Who knows? Or next episode. Depends. So in total, I'm going to need 72 blaze rods. Oh my god. Those are baby Wither skeletons. Those are fucking baby Wither skeletons. Holy shit. I swear to god, I keep getting surprised with all these baby mobs. It's crazy. Swear to god, if I go to the end and there's a baby ender dragon, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself, honestly. One thing I think I'm going to do in this spawner area here is I'm going to show you something that I learned while I was building the base. I found this little thing called a building gadget, and it's kind of like a builder's wand where it will, like, you know, place a bunch of one block for you. It's not exactly the same, but I kind of like it better in a way, because what it does is you can just click and it will place, you know, the blocks that you have in your inventory in a line going straight to you. So if I just click here like this, it just places all these blocks right here. So what I can do is I can make this little platform that goes around the blaze area here, so they don't spawn over the void, and I don't have to you know, lose any drops or anything like that. So it is quite helpful, and it was, as you can imagine, it was very helpful with making the like the roof and the floor of the inside of the base and stuff like that. There we go. So I've created an awfully janky platform around the blaze area, but it'll serve its purpose. Alright, so we finally got enough blaze rods here. We got a stack in 13, which is a little bit more than we needed, which was a stack in 8. So I think we're going to head back to the base now. So now the reason I needed all of these blaze rods here is because I need to make some blazing crystals with the Energizer. Because for the blazing reactor that I'm gonna need 36 of these, and there's a zombie killing me. But yeah, I'm gonna need 36 of these, so I'm gonna need to make a whole bunch of these crystals to make all of these blazing capacitors. So all I need to do to make the crystals is just place the blaze rod in here, and then these will power this. How long is this gonna take? Oh boy. I'm going to speed this up a little bit here, because this is really slow. Alright, so we made some of the basic ones instead of the starter ones, and let's see how fast this goes in comparison to the starter. Quite a bit faster. I think I can live with this, but I want to see if I can automate this maybe with hoppers. And there we go. We made our first blazing crystal. Okay, so I just set up the jankiest possible setup to automate this, but it will work. So basically what happens is if there's an item in here, it will trigger the comparator, and when the comparator outputs a signal, it locks the hopper. So the hopper will only dispense the blaze rods in if there's nothing in there. So once one goes in, then it won't dispense anymore. So that's how I'm gonna automate this. It's kind of janky and looks really terrible, but I guess I'll build this down in the lower area once you know, we get our reactor and power going down there and everything. It actually seems that we're pretty low on redstone and a couple of other resources. So I think I'm gonna take this opportunity while I'm waiting for the orbs, or the orb to finish making the blazing crystals. I think I'm going on a little mining trip. So I guess I'll see you guys when I get back from that, and hopefully this will be done. Alright, so I've just returned from my mining trip, and it looks like all of our blazing crystals are done. Alright. And boom. 36 reactor blocks. Alright, so now all we need to do is actually find a spot for this. Now the way this actually works is it builds itself, so you'll see in a second here once I figure out where this is going to go. When I right click on the ground, it'll just kind of build itself entirely. I think what I want to do is I want to place it right over here. Right here seems like a good spot, and then I can put all my machines right next to it going here. So the power will be coming from right here, and I can just extend, you know, wires that way and power all my machines that are going to be over there. Alright, so let's build it. See, look at that. Does it entirely automatically. And then once it's done, it forms this awesome looking multi-block here. So as you can see, if I go into the GUI here, you can see it holds like 18 million FE, and there's some slots where I can put the stuff in. So one thing I'm gonna need is a coolant. So I think what I could do, I could just pump water into that. I could also put like ice or snowballs or something into this slot, but I could just put water here and that should be good enough. And then I just need to put, I believe, coal and redstone into these two slots, and then the actual uraninite right here, and it should generate some power. So let's get all the stuff that I'm gonna need to power this thing. Okay, so now for the water here, I got this sink that I'm just gonna hook up right here, and hopefully I'll be able to, I don't really know how these pipes work, to be totally honest. Okay, so I found out the way that you actually get these pipes to work from this mod called Refined Pipes is you just need to put these extractor attachments on the pipe itself, and then I can just place the sink like this. And you can see that I already did it earlier, so it's already full with water, but now we have the water in it. So now all we need to do is place the coal, the redstone, and the uraninite in here. We'll see, it starts to heat up a little bit, but it is generating 16,000 FE a tick, which is pretty good. It's much more than we're currently producing. So it looks like the nice thing about this is if the internal buffer is full, it won't use any fuel. That is quite nice. So this thing I could just, you know, as long as I keep filling up this thing, it will provide me with power, and it won't, you know, waste any power, you know, trying to fill up and you know, the storage buffer when it's already full. So that's a nice little feature they got there. One thing I think I want to do is I want to get a crafting terminal down at the bottom of the base, just so I don't have to keep coming up every time I need something. So I wonder if there's some sort of wireless thing from Refined Storage. Also, it looks like they have these network transmitters and receivers, which I'm fairly certain this is what I need to make. So let's make these and see if I can get them to work. So we got the receiver and then the transmitter. Let's just pop the transmitter right here. We need a network card is what we need. Okay, I'm gonna put the other crafting grid and the receiver down here first, and then we'll figure that out once this is placed. I think what I'll do is I'll place it right in the floor right here. So you know what I'll do? I'll just place it like that and like that. And that will be our crafting grid that's going to be down here. Or not, maybe instead, let's put it over here where the machines are going to be. Right there. So this thing needs a network card. So let's see if we can make a network card. Okay, so now if we place this in here, what happens? Maybe I need to link it. Alright, so we linked it. Let's see if we can go back up and put it in and see if it can work. So we pop this in here. So 24 blocks. I guess that's the distance. It's not using too much power, which is good. I had concerns that adding a wireless, anything wireless to this thing was going to make it use a lot of power. But it looks like, yep, we can access our crafting grid from down here now. That is awesome. So now we don't even have to go up the elevator to craft anything. Just do it all right down here. We can also just access our AE system from down here entirely if we want to. That might be useful because I can probably do something to pull out coal and redstone out of this system here to feed into this and the uraninite. Okay, so I've gone ahead here and made an ultimate energy cube. So now we can just hook it up to this, and this will store everything. And this should charge my jetpack nice and quickly now. Oh yes. This has 51 million storage capacity, so if this thing is full, then I'll be able to completely charge my jetpack. So that's really nice. I think what I'll do is just pop a hopper on top here that I can put the rest of my uraninite in. So now one thing that I could do is I can kind of dig out underneath here, and I can just make like I guess a power line that can go and power all my machines and everything. So I guess I'll just run it right along this block here. And what I can do is just place the machines on top, and then I could just like feed the line upwards to wherever I need the power, and it'll be all completely hidden. Okay, now what I'm going to start doing is start bringing some of my machines down here from up here. So I think what I'll do up here is I'll just leave the refined storage system here, and you know, because I have access to the system downstairs, so I don't really need to move this. so I can kind of just like, you know, get more drives and just fill this wall with drives, I guess. Because I'm gonna need some more storage soon, because it's like 75% full, so that's something I'll probably work on a little bit later. So I think I'm gonna do is right over here, I'm gonna set up my the place where I'm going to be processing the ores and stuff, because that I kind of want it in a separate place, just because ore processing is its whole own thing, and it kind of deserves its own location. So we're just gonna put it over here, and maybe in the future I'll be able to extend this longer, be able to, you know, process the ores better and get more ingots per ore, which is something that I will definitely do in the future. There we go. Now I've set our little ore processing station over here, but I think what I'm going to do as well is make another enriching and another smelting factory for over here, just because I need them for crafting and everything. So we're going to have a nice little line of machines here. You know what I can do? Right here, I'll probably set up the energizing orb, like right in this corner here. That'd look cool. You know, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to rely on this automation mechanism for the moment, just because it only really works if you're only putting one item in here, and for some of the recipes you need multiple items in here, and I'm just going to rather focus on getting better energizing rods just to make it go faster, so when it goes faster it won't even need to be automatic. There we go, that's a nice little setup that works well in the corner here. Okay, so essentially what I've done here is I've upgraded all three of these to factories. Now, I don't think I ever explained this, but the factories are just kind of just packing multiple machines into one block. So this is an advanced smelting factory. So it's basically just 5 energized smelters in one block. So it's really not too complicated. Alright, so now that we got all our machines moved down here, and we got our crafting grid, and we got our ore, you know, processing area, and you know, we got pretty much everything set up down here. We even got like a nice power source that's gonna last us quite a while. Hopefully long enough, you know, last us till we get to make a fusion reactor, but that's kind of far down the road. So I think I'm going to leave this episode off here. I've been recording for quite a while, and I think I've done quite a bit in this episode, and I'm very happy with how much I got done. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate, again, I know I say this a lot, but I really appreciate the support you guys give me on these episodes. It's, you know, I'm having fun doing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.